Alrighty. How's it going, everyone? Hope it's all going well. It continues to be blisteringly hot here in the UK. So I am melting in my skin. I went out earlier and put myself in some sunscreen. I hate putting on sunscreen. Just because it just gets so sticky. And then bugs attach to you, and then you walk past any car, and if it's dirty, you get all dust on you and stuff like that. Literally anything that can stick to you, it will. It's just the absolute worst. I hate it. I hate this weather. And apparently it's only going to get hotter next week, so not looking forward to that. How did I do this again? I went this way. No, I did it wrong again. It's this way, isn't it? This way. So we're going to be continuing our grind, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mention that. We will be continuing our grinds to finish off the last couple of materials that I need, which will be mastering another final attack, mastering Knights of the Round, and then duplicating it with making it be born, and then mastering that one on top of that. And then we'll be ready to take on Ruby Weapon again. I was going to do this in my free time, but I got a bit busy last night, so I didn't really get enough time to, unfortunately. Did some rendering, made a thumbnail, and then Des started streaming, and he was playing Elden Ring, and I was watching him take on Millennia, and that went on until about 11 o'clock at night, and by that point, I was tucking myself into bed, so I didn't have any time to crack in some grinding. So we're doing this today. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. I don't think it will. Now, because we didn't leave the cave, we don't have to do this whole cutscene again, which I'm thankful for. Because honestly, it is annoying when you're trying to get stuff done, and then there's an unavoidable cutscene. So, yeah, you know what? That speeds up the process at least a little bit. Ooh, no, I'm not doing it. We got other things to do. I've already got enough ribbons to last a pie if I need to. We're just gonna go into here, get straight back to business. Yeah, sorry, I really would have done this in my free time. Just so we didn't have to spend more time watching me grind. I know for me personally, like, I enjoy grinding, so I don't mind streaming the grinding, but I imagine for some people it might not be fun to watch. So I do apologize that it's another grind stream. But hopefully it won't take us too long, because we're pretty close to mastering Knights of the Round. And all we need to do is master another final attack, and then we'll be done, really. There you go. Speaking of which, this one is already level 2, so, you know, off to a good start. So I got a message from Link's medical practice earlier, and they're like, we want to get an update on your health and information so we can get a better idea. We want you to fill out a questionnaire. I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll fill in the questionnaire. And it was literally just one question. Kind Manx, thanks for follow. And the question was just, have you smoked? And it's like, ex-smoker, current smoker, never smoked. And I clicked never smoked. And I was like, thank you for the questionnaire. I'm like, is that it? What information are you getting out of that? Because there's the thing, right? I'd understand if I had lung problems in the past. and they wanted to know if I was a smoker or something. But I've in my medical record, I've not really had any lung problems, so I don't understand why they'd want to only know if I was a smoker or not. I just don't like. That was the only question. I feel like they could have asked way more important questions. I was willing to sit and do like a 20-30 minute survey, filling out all these questions about my health, but no, it was actually one question about whether or not I smoked. I thought that was so bizarre. Such a bizarre thing to ask. I mean, the only thing was when I was like 14 or 13, I had like a really bad chest infection. And I was ill. And I missed the entire year of school. So I was just so ill. With constant bad chest infections. And I was back and forth to the doctors a lot. So I was like 14 years old, 13, 14 years old. I definitely did not smoke because my parents were very tight-knit on that. If they had found out I'd smoked when I was 14, I would have been strung up and lashed or something. No, not quite that extreme, but you know what I mean. Like, it just wouldn't happen. So yeah, that's the only thing I could think of where I had like some sort of lung problem or chest problem. So I was just so weirded out by the fact that this one questionnaire was like, have you ever smoked? Yes, no, never. Or ex-smoker, and that was it. Is the mic picking up the fan? It is. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry. I need to position this again. I don't want it to pick up in the fan. Okay, everything seems to be fine now. Apologies for that. I gotta try and work around my fan here because the fan is blowing directly into my face, but it's also blowing directly into the microphone, and it makes this horrible hissing sound. So I'm trying to work around it here. Is that better? That seems to be better. Okay. Maybe I'll have to sit up a little bit more upright, like this. I have to look down at the screen past my microphone, but it's fine. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry if you heard any weird hissing into the microphone. Audio problems, eh? We've already complained about audio problems last stream, so I don't want to complain about it again, but I hate audio problems. It's just the worst. Just makes you so paranoid. There was a time where my microphone just kept cutting out. And making weird squeaky noises and stuff like that. To this day, I still have no idea what caused that. I never did figure it out. It was just my microphone would just go really high-pitched and squeaky. 1 minute it'll be fine, next minute it's just squeaky. And I remember, like, it was particularly annoying because one time, like, I was streaming and the microphone did that. And I had, like, 5 viewers at one point. And not a single person told me about it. And I watched the entire stream. And it was squeaky for the entire thing. And not a single person told me about the audio problems. And I just didn't think to check because I thought it was just a normal stream. So the entire time, yeah, I didn't think to check it. Some people have source output on so that you hear your voice in your microphone, in your headset. But I can't play with that. I can't stream with that. Because if I'm hearing myself, it's going to distract me from what I'm saying. And I'm just going to not be able to concentrate. I already have a hard time concentrating as it is because my brain gets distracted constantly. Can you imagine if I'm playing and streaming and then I got my own voice playing back to me in my headset and I'm trying to keep a straight thought on what I'm actually talking about? It just wouldn't happen. I know for a fact it would be the most impossible thing to watch. It would be the most frustrating thing to watch. Gonna do a little bit of duplication. Alright, sorry buddy. So yeah, I never did figure out that headphone problem, microphone problem. Maybe it's a cable thing. Maybe the cable unplugged itself or something when I was moving the mic stand or something. I have no idea. I could never tell you what the problem was. It just happens. And it was a problem for a little bit as well, because it was constantly on and off with that issue happening. And it made me so paranoid about audio problems. To the point where every single stream, I had to check maybe once every 10 minutes just to make sure that nothing was going on. Imagine for a viewing experience, that probably would suck if you're watching a streamer and they're constantly checking the audio. But like, what else can you do? Like, if you was in that position where you constantly had audio problems and you had no idea what was causing it, and it would just happen randomly, and you wouldn't know what was happening either, like, I feel like you would probably constantly check your audio as well to make sure everything's okay. Especially because, like, I'm a small streamer, so I have like a smaller channel, a less active chat. You know, you get people lurking a lot, but you don't really get people talking a lot. And that's fine. I'm not complaining about that. But when it comes like audio problems, people don't give you a chance and go, oh, hey, by the way, your audio's all fucky. They'll just come in, see, oh, it's a small stream with bad audio, and then just leave. So that didn't help either. So yeah, I hate audio problems. Because the thing is, I know some people will be like, well, why don't you put noise suppression on your mic so it doesn't pick up the fan? I do have noise suppression on my mic. I have noise gate on my mic, I have noise suppression, I have a compressor, I have equalizer, all this other stuff on my microphone, on the OBS settings, but it will still pick up the fan on my mic, and it will still play this horrible hissing sounds. So, yeah, hate audio problems. They're just the worst. Just the absolute worst. Anytime there's like a situation where I have to deal with audio, I'm just like, ah, god damn it. We're going to be here for a little while, and we're going to be dealing with this problem endlessly. And sometimes it will just take me like an entire night of just futzing with audio. Until eventually it's just something stupid like turning it on and turning it off again, and then it's fine. Or disconnecting and reconnecting, or turning off a setting and turning them all back on again. It's just so dumb. I hate audio problems. Because there's never actually a solution for it. It's just something simple like turning it off and turning it back on again, and it's just like a temporary solution, right? Obviously that's not solving anything, that's just a temporary solution. So I hate when like you just find a temporary solution and you're like, okay, this works for now, but how long would that work for? Drives me out the wall. Oh, a counter-attack was born. Nice. Skill, Leviathan, W item, Rock Plus. That's fine. I've been thinking what I'm going to do next after I complete Final Fantasy 7, because I think I kind of just want to go straight into another Final Fantasy. Because once I complete Emerald Weapon, and once I do Ruby Weapon, it is literally just going on to complete the game. Unless I want to spend some time getting all the gil, you know, get 99 million gil, which means mastering a bunch of all materia, selling them, cycle continues until I get 99 million. I don't even think I'll be able to master all materia in this playthrough, because there's some missable materia that I didn't get, which is obviously a shame, but there's not a lot I can really do about that. Like I said, it's not my first playthrough, but this is like my second, well, not second, I've kind of been on and off with Final Fantasy 7, like playing most of it, and then quitting halfway through or something like that in my free time over the years. So when you're streaming it, obviously you get to a point where you don't remember what's going on anymore. You're just gonna miss some things that you don't know about. So yeah, I missed some materia that I obviously won't be able to get. I mean, I'd have to make a whole new save to make sure I get those materia. We might just get to level 99 though, so we'd easily get that achievement, I feel like. I don't think the others get XP because they're technically completely out of the PHS, right? So I don't think anyone else get XP from me doing this. So they can be low level. Everyone's gonna be like level 70 by the time I've done this, which is a little bit concerning. Gonna run or what? Thank you. Because it's like, if I want to switch back to Sid's, I feel like he's in my PHS, so he might actually level up. But if I want to go back to Tifa, for example, I think she'll be like level 73 still, because she's not been a PHS for a while now. Unless it still carries over, but I think they still have to be in a PHS. I might be wrong about that. Give me a leg there. Can you imagine just having like a nice little desk prop of one of them guys? A little part with a goblin poking out. I'd buy it. I mean, Square Enix did sell those low poly Lego looking guy, like these little Lego looking guys. Oh, you guys. As like a mystery box thing. I really want to be using... Okay, these guys actually do a lot of damage. Oh wait, I can just do more, can't I? That's like an easy way to get 10,000 damage. Plus, lovely jubbly. I'm thinking I might remove slash all. Maybe I'll give it to Yuffie. I think 4 times cut or quadruple cut would be a lot more useful than Leviathan, then slash all at this point. I don't really use Leviathan. I need to check something as well, because these guys are not getting any XP at all to their materia, I feel like. Growth, nothing. Okay, so... yeah, so these literally will not level up because they're on growth, nothing. I might need to equip her with something that gives a little bit more slots. You have this instead. It would be nice to... Same with goes with Barret. None of these are living up because they're on nothing, which is a problem. We can probably swap some of these around, actually. Restore is mastered. Still, all is mastered. Why has he got all on... I don't know why I paired them two together. HP plus can be swapped. Sense can be swapped. Magic plus. That can be leveled up. That can be leveled up. Right. You can have gravity as well. Didn't realize, I mean, I should have realized that the ultimate weapons don't have any growth on them. But I didn't think that would totally affect their growth in periods. Like, I thought they would still have growth on them. But it's because they don't have any on them. It stops them from leveling up at all. Rock song, that's a nice thing to learn. See, I learned something from that guy, you know? Oh, David Bowie, I learned something from him. That reminds me, how close are we? Final attack. Yeah, that one's gonna be leveled up in no time. It's already been mastered. Oh, double cut is mastered, so let's exchange these. For, oh yeah, I swapped it for Leviathan, didn't I? Don't really need Leviathan, do you? What should I put there? Quadra Magic, Elemental. I suppose I could. All. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to level up another all, really, would it? What do you have? Golden Punch, Big Guard, Upper Lung. Okay. That's one I normally give Sid. I seen that Sid got separated from the party, that's why he's not put it on him. I'm dreading having to redo all of my materia again for them guys. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about earlier what we could do after Final Fantasy VII. I was thinking maybe Parasite Eve. I might go on to do another Final Fantasy game, because I'm really feeling like doing another Final Fantasy game. Or I might just play some Wind Waker. I need to still complete Ocarina of Time. I'm not really feeling it. I kind of want to play Wind Waker. I could play another JRPG in general, like Octopath Traveler. I got Octopath Traveler, I've been meaning to play that for years now, and I've just not gone around to doing it. And it's something I'm definitely interested in doing. This is an instance where ×4 cut will be a lot better than /all. There we go. That's a situation where having ×4 cut would be better than /all. It's a shame it doesn't stack. Unless I have to pair them together for it to stack, but yeah. I think as well I might go back to Final Fantasy VIII, because I've been really wanting to go back to complete Final Fantasy VIII. The reason why I stopped isn't because I wasn't enjoying Final Fantasy VIII. In fact, I love Final Fantasy VIII. The reason why I stopped was because every single one of my streams, literally every single one, was getting claimed. Not by Square, not by Nobuo Uematsu, but by third-party rappers, because they'd sample Final Fantasy music, and my streams would get claimed. And I was a bit paranoid for a bit, because obviously if your streams are constantly getting claimed, you're going to be like, this is going to affect my channel, this is going to turn into a strike. If it's constantly getting claimed, Because some of these VODs, right? Some of these VODs would get 5 claims. 5 claims. From different rappers. Sometimes the same rapper. And I know it's probably like an automated thing. And you could always like dispute it. But I was just worried about the repercussions on what that would look like on my channel. You know, because if Twitch just saw... my channel constantly getting claimed. Like constantly, like every single stream was getting claimed. I don't know if they'd have it in a system where like, okay, this guy is just constantly spamming copyrighted stuff. Strike him, basically. But thankfully, I've been told that that's not how it works. I'm aware now. Before you leave your comments, before you say anything, I'm aware that's how it works. That's not how it works. They can't just strike you because of that. And if you dispute it as well, you especially can't get it done. So, having that in mind, I'm feeling a little bit more confident about going back to Final Fantasy VIII. Because I love Final Fantasy VIII. And the junction system, once you understand it, it's fun. I like it. It's a little bit confusing learning how the, pairing magic together to get more out of it and stuff like that works. But once you get it, you get it. You know, if you know, that sort of thing. Although having said that, I've not played Final Fantasy VIII since the last time I streamed it. So I'd have to relearn the junction system all over again. I'm pretty sure I had the general consensus. It's just the sub-menu stuff that I don't remember how to do too well. Fuck it. Yeah, Time for Cut is much better than Slash All. Slash All can go to Yuffie because she's got the container. I don't know if I'll use Yuffie in my final party. She's kind of growing on me, and I'm realizing her item is really useful, like her container, and what that can do for stuff like Morph is really useful, considering it for some reason doubles the damage output. So instead of it being like low damage, it makes it 10,000. Yeah, I got some use out of that, and not to mention, apparently her limits are obscenely powerful against certain bosses. Like, some people are recommending to use Yuffie against Ruby Weapon because her Landscaper attack limit was really useful and powerful. And apparently a lot of other Yuffie's abilities were powerful. So what I said before about how her class is essentially kind of useless, I was wrong. Considering I was saying about how you can basically make anyone into a ninja build, so it makes Yuffie kind of useless, but no, apparently Yuffie and her limit breaks are obscenely powerful. Well, not obscenely, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but they're more powerful than I thought. I still don't know if I'd have her over Sid. I think the options is Cloud, Sid. Those are my definite confirmed slots. And then my other slots I'm not sure about is the third slot. I don't know if I'd have Barret, if I'd have Tifa, if I'd have Yuffie. I don't think I'd have Kate Sith. I don't think I definitely won't have Reds. I don't really care for Reds. Sorry to any Red stands. I'm not really too on him. I don't really care. I'm sure he's great. He's got great moveset and stuff. I just don't use him. I prefer, you know, Barrier or something like that. Ooh. That should be close to being mastered soon. One more away, right? Yeah. I realize I just put this here. This one can't even level up. What am I doing? Speed plus. Get some more speed on you, lad. Vincent, I really like Vincent, but when he goes into beast modes, whether it's Chaos or Galian Beast or Headmaster, I think depending on what he chooses to do, and you don't control him, depending on what he chooses to do, it can be a little bit of a bad time. I've had plenty of instances where I've had to go limit mode with Vincent, and he turns into a Galian beast. And then only does Beast Flare or whatever it was. And it just heals the enemy. Because there's not many enemies that take damage to Beast Flare or whatever it is. And I'm just like, okay, this is counterproductive. There's no point me having Vincent if he's just going to heal the enemy. So Vincent in that instance is ticked off on me not be using him. I do really like Vincent. A lot of these characters I'm not using because I dislike them. I'm not using them because I'm trying to think of like using them in a productive way. I like Tifa because for some reason I feel like her magic is higher. Although I don't think it is. Especially because you can put MP plus on everyone. So I'm not sure what my third party member is going to be. I'm a bit indecisive on it. With other Final Fantasy games, I feel like I was pretty certain on who I was going to pick. Like in Final Fantasy 4, I was certain it was going to be Kain, Cecil, Rosa, and I think I used Rydia. Or did I use Edge? And I'm pretty sure I used Rydia. Wait, why did I only go for that? Was that my final party? I'm curious now. What was my final party in Final Fantasy 4? I'm pretty sure it was Cecil, Rosa, Kain, and Rydia. 99% sure. Let's see. I've already thought about my Final Fantasy 4 playthrough since I finished it. I did really enjoy it. Let's see. Who was my final party? Oh, of course, you get 5 party members in that game. So yeah, I had Edge as well. Rosa, Kain, Rydia, Cecil, and Edge. That was my final party. Yeah. I remember now. I'm so used to like Final Fantasy games having 4 slots. I forgot that Final Fantasy 4 had 5 slots. And this one definitely confuses you when it only has 3 slots for party members. I'm always like, look, if I could just have that 4th slot, that'll open up my party so much more. In fact, was Final Fantasy 4 more linear in that sense, where you didn't really get to choose? I feel like that was just the final party you get in general, right? Does it let you choose? Because Porol and Polom aren't in your party after that, are they? Because they get frozen in place, and then they're out of your party for like 90% of the game, so... Do you get a choice? I think that's just the party you get. Because Yang dies, Teller dies, or he sacrifices himself, or he doesn't die but he's out of the party. I think those are the other party members that you could have had. And of course, Kain is coming and going from your party. I don't remember. I think it is just a predetermined final party. I need to play Final Fantasy 4 again, in my own time. I got like one more thing to do as well in that game to 100% it. And it's a short game, you can get that game done relatively quickly. I think I completed it in like 16 streams. That's like with the absence of grind streams as well. So it's probably a lot less. I probably completed that game in like 10 streams or 11 streams. I don't think I even did that much grinding. Because because Final Fantasy 4 had like a different level system where you didn't need to grind, because I think enemies leveled up with you or something like that. That was the quirk of Final Fantasy 4, is that the enemies kind of leveled with you, so you was never really under level. I think that's what someone told me in chat. Someone in chat was like, hey, yeah, you don't really need to grind that much because enemies level with you or something like that. Again, this is me trusting the judgment of chat, but I think there is a truth behind that, because I do remember there was something about it. The problem with me playing Final Fantasy games back to back to back is I'm kind of forgetting what each quirk was. For all of them, you can kind of remember. Like the junction system, the Esper system, the materia system, the ability system in 9. Now you can kind of remember those specific things, but the smaller details you kind of forget between games. I think when I think about which system I enjoyed the most, I think after a while, I think Final Fantasy 9 kind of comes out on top. Only by a smidgen, because I really enjoyed the Esper system in Final Fantasy 6. The Esper system was so good. But I think... Ooh... I really enjoyed the ability system. I liked the idea, because the ability system was similar to the materia system, in the sense that you'd equip an item to have that ability. But the difference was is that you could grind out the item, so you'd get that ability permanently, and then you could swap your item out. With the materia system, you had to equip slots, and then the slots would have however many slots. And then you equip the materia, but the moment you remove the materia, it's gone. You don't get to keep that magic permanently. It makes you think about your build a lot more, but I think I preferred the Final Fantasy 9 system with abilities. It's making me sad to think that I'm getting to the end of the turn-based combat games. I got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10 to complete. And then that's the end of the turn-based combat games. And it all goes on to hack and slash stuff, I'm pretty sure. Or more action-focused. And I'll give them a go. You know, I'll give Final Fantasy 12 a go. I know that one's a little bit hit or miss with people. I'll likely play Final Fantasy 10, but I don't know if I'll play 10 too. A streamer I like just finished playing it, and she was just like, yeah, this game, it's just minigame central. The decisions in that story-wise are awful, and I was just looking at that like, yeah, I don't know if I want to waste my time on that then. I'll probably just play Final Fantasy 10, probably skip Final Fantasy 10-2. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to experience the other Final Fantasy games. I love Final Fantasy. It's definitely my favorite game series, franchise. Easily, without fail. Like, without a question, I feel like I would easily say Final Fantasy is one of my favorite game franchises. And it's funny because a lot of Final Fantasy fans have been in chat, been like, yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy is good, but I started playing other RPGs made by Square, and I enjoyed them a lot more. Like, yeah, sure. But I still really enjoy Final Fantasy. I know they've completely changed their game style, and they've not been the same since probably 2002 or 3, whenever Final Fantasy 4 came out. So Final Fantasy, yeah, 10 came out. Sorry. But I mean, I enjoyed parts of Final Fantasy 16. I played the demo. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the combat in it. It was really fun. Even though it's not turn-based combat, I still enjoyed the hack and slash of it. Although I heard people say that after a while it does get stale, but I don't know. I'll probably still play it. I need to just figure out, because whenever I stream games like that, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes high fidelity games will always have an audio delay for me on OBS, and I haven't figured out why. Because it's not even necessarily like I can't run the game, because the game will just run fine on my end, but OBS or Stream Elements will make it so it's delayed audio. Like when I streamed the demo of Final Fantasy 16, the start of it was in sync, and then as the stream went on, it got progressively more and more out of sync. And I don't even know how to even possibly begin to fix an issue like that. Because how do you even fix an issue like that? If you're watching a stream and it starts off in sync and you go, okay, there's no problem here. And then somehow by the end of it, it's like 5-10 seconds out of sync and you have no idea what changed. Like, I don't even know where to begin with fixing an issue like that. And it does have a couple games as well. I've played new games like Monster Hunter Wilds where the audio is perfectly in sync. And that's a game that's new, so I don't think it's a hardware problem. I just think for some reason, maybe the delay on my encoder or something causes problems, so it can't keep up. I don't know. This is where it becomes a hard problem to solve, because I have no idea where to even begin on issues like that, because I don't know what's causing the problem. I've tried looking into it, I've tried googling it, I've tried watching videos. Why does my stream go out of sync for no reason on certain games? Nothing comes up, so it's like, I don't know. Every time I do look at it, it's like, oh, have you tried doing this? And it's like, yeah, I have done that. Well, in that case, I don't know then. It's like, oh, that's not helpful. And then you try and make like a Reddit thread, and then no one responds on Reddit. Or you get people like, yeah, I got the same issue, and I don't know why. And it's like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, but it doesn't help me. And then you try and contact like customer support and they just don't answer. Then you're stuck in this position where you're like, I can't play certain games I want to because my recording software puts the game stupidly out of sync and I have no idea how to fix it. So you just avoid that game altogether. And like I said, it could be like an encoder thing or something like that, where it's like behind and it can't keep up compared to the game. Because if it's running well on my end and then it's streaming it and then both are using GPU, so my game is using GPU and then my OBS and Stream Elements is using GPU, so it's probably battling it out. And obviously the game is beating it because it's running better, so therefore Stream Elements can't keep up with it, so it causes a delay in audio. I don't know. That's just a guess. If I could guess. If I could have like an educated guess, I'd imagine that's what it would be. But again, I don't know how to fix that, because my PC is pretty high-end as well. Maybe I could get like a better processor. I remember when I showed the PC to my friends, I was like, yeah, if anything, I'd say get a better processor. But like, it's not that old, so I shouldn't be having issues like that already. You know, I got the game I got the PC 2 years ago in 2023. And it runs like 90% of things that I needed to, so no idea why it would be doing that, to be honest with you. Just something I need to look into in my free time. So yeah, games like Final Fantasy 16 won't be coming to the channel soon until I figure out what these problems are. But the other Final Fantasy games work completely fine, so nothing to worry about there. So from my understanding as well, I need to master another Knights of the Round. But I might be okay with just the 2. For this build to work. Fine, fuck it, we'll do Omni Slash. Yeah, okay, buddy. How about this? Sorry, buds. We did his cute little meteor attack. It did 200 damage. Had to hit him with Omni Slash. Rack up like 12,000 damage. Killed him immediately. I bought a pack of Magic Gathering Final Fantasy cards. They should be coming soon. I wonder if there is... I don't think there is... There's not a Christopher card, unfortunately. I don't think his name then is Christopher. Can I bring the entire party with me, actually? If I tell everyone to go left and they stay in my party. I wonder if that would bring them all with me so I can have them in my PHS so they will get a share of the XP. Well, that mess up the XP, considering it's sharing out between like 9 party members. So that's why the XP here is so good, because it's only sharing out between 3 of them. Is that how it works? Poor guys. It always feels so funny when you just shoot them straight away off giving an elixir. I was gonna say an elixir then. Do 10,000 damage, killed them immediately. Poor fellas. They didn't need to die like that. We might actually do it, chat. We might actually get to level 99 today. Christ. That certainly felt a bit excessive for poor David Bowie. I know they do like Final Fantasy trading cards as well, separate from Magic Gathering. I'm sure there probably will be a Christopher card there. Would I want a Christopher card? Yeah, I'd probably want a Christopher card. If I could get my hands on a Christopher card, that'd be pretty cool. But at the minute, I'm only collecting the Magic the Gathering ones. Get my binder. Fill up the cards in the binder. I'm really nervous about the Ruby fight, by the way. Because imagine I spent all this time getting this build just for it to not work. Like, I still just don't have enough magic or enough uses of the summons, for example. So you can only use Knights of the Rounds 5 times, right? And you can only use the final attack 5 times, right? So imagine just like after all of this, I still don't even do it because I run out of magic. That's a little bit concerning, isn't it? I don't even want to think about that. Do I have like a maxed... Okay, I do have a maxed out revive if I want to use that. I have a maxed out one, I have a level 1 one as well, just in case I do want to use that. So, basically the idea of the build that I've got is that you have final attack paired with revive. And you have final attack also paired with Knights of the Rounds. You swap out your HP and your MP so that you have 9,999 MP and you have 999 HP. But every time you die, you'll be immediately resurrected with final attack using revive on yourself. Okay, Barrett, I appreciate you doing all that to protect your teammates, but you are going to get yourself killed, my friend. I like how yesterday I said to myself I'm not going to fight anything that's not the magical pots to save myself some time, but here I am, still fighting them. To be fair, they die in one hit anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. Bum, bum, bum. I'm hoping this will be the last one. Like after this I should master Knights of the Rounds. Okay, he's meant to shoot the other guy, but okay. Hoping this will be the final one. It mustered something, but I didn't see what it was. Was it this? Oh no, I'm really far away. 16,000? Yeah, I'm very far away. Okay, I am going to resort back to running. Regardless of the fact that they take not a lot of damage to kill. A lot of hits to kill, sorry. I'm just going to save myself some time here. You guys certainly are not worth my time. Of all enemies to randomly kill for the sake of killing because it's quick, those guys definitely are not worth the time in any capacity. They literally don't give you anything. I can't wait to see the Quadra cut with Ultima. That's gonna be fucking mental. 4 times 9,999 damage. Oh boy. I wonder if you could stack that with Ruby Weapon as well. If I had Ultima bound to Final Attack, so that every time I attacked... Quadra Attack, sorry. Bound with... Knights around. Final Attack, sorry. Idiot, your stupid attack missed. Yeah, of all the guys to get, this duo is always the worst, because you can't run away. And you have to fight them. And they're actually the only enemy down here that does do like a decent amount of damage. They can do like 1,000 damage per hit. It's like the only attack that's decently annoying to play against, especially when you have a party mode that has cover. Who takes the brunt of it all. Uh-oh, go away. That is fucking stink, man. You guys are actively wasting my time. Goodbye. There we go. Oh, there's a preemptive attack as well. How lovely. Can preemptively give them elixir. Oh, they already want elixir. It's a preemptive attack. They don't even know we're here, but they're still asking for elixir. Okay, you meant to hit the other one as well, though, sure. Nice. Slash all leveled up. What does that even mean for it? What does it do if it's leveled up? It just has a higher chance to hit harder? Flash. Okay. Might that be a good thing or a bad thing? That sounds like it could be a worse thing, if anything. What I do is I want to test it. So we'll do Barret and Cloud doing it, and then we'll have Yuffie Flash. Oh. It just casts Death. Oh, final attack was born. Nice. Okay. We have final attack born. That's mastered. We just need to master Knights and Rounds. If anything, we could probably remove everything from this row and only have it focus on Knights and Rounds. Because it's mastered, it probably won't get any more XP. So I feel like Knights and Rounds will get more the XP now. We're getting close. 5 levels away from being level 99. Might actually do it before we get Knights of the Round mastered, which would be really funny. Maxed out the player level before getting Knights of the Round mastered would be extremely funny. I was noticed Christopher also has the same short sleeve arm braces, like the cufflinks and stuff that Zidane has from Final Fantasy 9. I wonder if they had Zidane as a character design early into Final Fantasy 7's development team cycle, but they didn't want to do anything with it. But then they made Final Fantasy 9, and they still had that concept art of Christopher as an enemy. Like, hang on a sec, we like his design, we didn't really do anything with him except for making one enemy that you find in Northern Crater. Why don't we expand on his character? And then they gave him a more fleshed out the character. Probably not, but that's my headcanon. It's not my headcanon because it's just straight up not true. It could just not be true. Can't headcanon something if the development team already had confirmed it, you know? Like, the dev team just straight up go, hey, no, that's not true. I feel like you just can't have a headcanon at that point, right? I think it would be cool if you found out that Zidane's original concept art came from Christopher as a character. Okay, Flash seems really powerful, but I get the feeling that Flash will be useless against enemies that literally cannot die to instant death magic. Like, for example, if I were to use Flash against Ruby Weapon, it probably won't work, because he's likely immune to instant death magic, so... I can already see this being a problem. I guess we're just gonna waste Barrett's limit. But I literally cannot do anything until I use it. I mean, I can probably still mug and do the same amount of damage. Wait, he didn't get his elixir? I thought Yuffie gave him an elixir. Did Yuffie not give him an elixir? Did I give 2 elixirs to 1 goblin? What? Huh. There's one I gave 2 elixirs, 1 to each. Clearly not, because the guy just ran away. He didn't get his elixir. But this time, let's doubly make sure I select both of them. Elixir, you. Elixir, you. They've for sure both got one. Okay. What does that leveled up with sense do? Nothing. Okay. I guess it's just something to master. I guess. I don't know. Okay, 11,000. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's gonna take a bit of time, but we're getting there. Long bozos. Honestly, considering the fact that Apocalypse is a relatively early game item, I feel like damage is still decent. You know, it's still checking out. Still doing upwards of 7,000 damage. I can't wait to equip it Ultima again, though, I'll be honest. I remember there was like a point in the game where I couldn't find any weapon that did more damage than the Rune Blades. And I got the Yoshi-Yaka. Or the Yoshitaka. I can't remember which one it was. And I just couldn't find a better weapon than the Yoshitaka for a bit until I came across a crystal weapon. By the way, these are like big jumps in time in the game. We go to here. There's the Rune Blades. And then I didn't find anything better than this for a good portion of the game. Because you get the Rune Blade very early in the game. And then you get the Yoshi Yuki. And that was like a fantastic weapon. But as you can see, you only get 2 slots of it. And I was using that for a bit. The damage was good. And the attack percent was good. And I came across this bad boy. And that thing was holding me down for a while. The slots on it were good. The damage was good. And I just used this all the way until I unlocked Ultima again. I didn't use Heaven's Cloud because I didn't like the fact that the slots were split. And I didn't use Ragnarok really. So yeah, big gaps in the weapons I got for poor Cloud here. But now that I got Ultima, I don't want to use anything else, honestly. Except for now, because Apocalypse is literally the only weapon in the game that I got that gives me triple growth for material. $10,000. Okay, slow and steady, but we're getting there. I'm really hoping this doesn't take up the entire stream though. It might just. But I'm hoping it doesn't. I don't mind doing overtime today because I don't really have anything planned later. Like usually I wrap up at 3 because I have other things to do, but I don't really have anything else to do today, so I can go over. That's not a problem. But I don't want to spend the entire stream grinding, and then spend like a little bit on Ruby Weapon. I was kind of hoping this bit would take a little bit less time. Just a shame I couldn't find any time to do some grinding last night after the stream was done. Because I think, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't mind grinding on stream. I really enjoy the grinding. I imagine it can't be fun for loads of people to watch. If I just got the grinding done off stream, that would have been a lot quicker. So we can go straight onto Ruby Weapon, but I just didn't have the time to. I'm sorry. I can only apologize. I'm gonna make an emote of my goblin character as one of these magic pot guys. I'm gonna do it. I think it's pretty fitting for my goblin character. Is there anything even up here? No, there's not. Okay. So I need the 2 chests and then you move on. Yeah, you'll get your elixir, buddy. I wonder if that little plume coming out of their head is their hair, or they have just found some paint sticks on the floor and just stuck them on their heads. It's more than likely hair. I also think the idea of it being... Ooh, Slasher was born. Nice. The idea of it being... a paintbrush is funny. I just stuck that on their heads. It's like the entire story of that game. Blood, Guts, and Shooters. The Orc game. Where you get the Orky players get betrayed by his leader and he takes his hair. So he wants to go and fight the leader to get his hair back. It's the entire story of that game. It's great. I love it. So he's like a side-scroller, looter shooter type thing. Well, not looter shooter, but like a shooter. Great. Love that because orcs as a faction are so dumb, you can literally do anything and it will still be in the canon story of orcs. But yeah, we're definitely going to get to level 99 before we master Knights of the Rounds. I can tick off another achievement as well. All you have to do is get level 99 with any one character in the party. And you get the Chief. So, you know, we can tick that off as well. You can take your 47 MP, mate. I'll just get that back with an elixir, don't worry about it. You can have that 47 MP. For what good it will do you, which is nothing. You won't be able to do anything with 47 MP. Actually, you could cast quite a fair few spells with 47 MP. But considering he casts these big... Oh wow, it's the first time I've seen a Master Tomber in a while. What a pleasant surprise. And I've been avoiding these guys. I've got enough ribbons as it is, and these guys are quite tanky. I don't want to fight them, but... You know, it's the first time I've seen them in about... what, an hour and 20 minutes, I'd say? I've not really seen them that much this stream. Alright, you gotta go. I like that they face the camera. Like it's a Mario death, you know? And when Mario dies and he just faces the camera. Oh, no! That's what the characters do, the enemies do, when you kill them with Flash in this game. You know what? Fuck it. We'll flash them. This skill is so powerful. I mean, surely it doesn't work on bosses. That's a given. It's a given that will not work on bosses. I know that for a fact. Also, everyone's health is completely maxed out. Not to mention that they do have HP plus. So if I were to remove the HP plus, they'll probably have a little less health, but completely mastered HP plus has given everyone 9,999 health, which is my first time seeing this in a Final Fantasy game, because I never really play or grind long enough to ever see this in a Final Fantasy game. I can typically complete a Final Fantasy game on like level 78 or something. I think when I completed Final Fantasy 9, I was like level 70 something, and I had 8,000 or 7,000 health. It wasn't that much at all. Same with Final Fantasy 6. I think I was level 81 when I completed Final Fantasy 6. So I never actually got into level 99. I think in those games as well, you only have to get to like level 50 to get the achievement. So I didn't really have much of an incentive to go much higher than that. So once I got all the things I needed to out of the game, and I could go on to complete the game, I just did it. This is my first time ever seeing 9,999 health in a Final Fantasy game. Pretty cool. It's gotta be close now, right? It's gotta be. 7,000? Oh, we're getting there. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, we're getting there, boys. Yuffie might have cemented herself a spot in the party, you know. If I give her the cure magic and then have Cloud, Sid, and Yuffie, would that be a crazy final party? Maybe it would be. But I feel like Yuffie has earned her spot in the party. I really enjoyed Barret for his cover, and the fact that he's always so chunky with health. But considering now that everyone has 9,999 damage, health, sorry, I don't actually need to worry about that anymore. I feel like. And I think it just gets to a point now where Barret is just taking all the hits all the time. So I'm constantly just having to heal him. Elixir, ugh. What's wrong with that? What? You don't like elixirs? These guys are demanding. They sure are. If they want elixirs, they can have their elixirs. I'm not worried about it. They can have them. They're good lads. And really, in theory, if we are just killing them straight after giving them an elixir, we could just give them another. We could just take the elixirs off their dead body. I don't know why we're just letting them have the elixir after killing them. Surely we can just loot their dead body and just take the elixir that we gave them. They're already dead. I'm using Definitive Edition, and that's the only mod that I'm using. Definitive Edition mods adds some quality of life improvements to the game. It speeds up some certain cutscenes. It allows you to skip certain cutscenes. When you're in Bone Village, it allows you to... it kind of shows you where the items are, just to save you some time. It's the only mod that I'm running. I don't really mod Final Fantasy games too much, except for if it's quality of life improvement stuff. I kind of like to keep it vanilla, or vanilla friendly. So Definitive Edition is just a nice little mod that adds some quality of life improvements. There we go. Level 99. Lovely. Max level. Knew we'd get to level 99 before we mastered Knights of the Rounds. Probably get away with using a semi-close to being mastered Knights of the Round, but just to be safe, I'll probably master it, just for the sake of mastering it. Not to mention, after this, we gotta go down into the Junon reactor place. And find a ghost ship. And morph that into a guidebook. And then give it to the old man. So we can breathe underwater, so we can take on Emerald Weapon. I wonder. Let me see something. Will it work on you? Are you immune to it? Yeah, you are immune to it. I thought so. That would be the problem with using Flash. You don't really get a choice on whether or not you get to use Slash All or Flash. So once you level up Slash All high enough, it's going to turn into Flash. And any enemies that's immune to instant death magic, it just won't work. Which is a problem. Good thing Slash All is born, so I can go back to Slash All, but yeah, that's a flaw in using Flash. I just can't attack enemies that are immune to instant death magic, which, mind you, isn't many. But if you're doing a boss fight, and you just want to use a basic attack, and you only have Flash for Yuffie, for example, you know what, lads? It's taking too much time to run away. Oh, okay. They heard me. So, yeah, that is a problem. I need to remove that. Yeah, because Slash All is mastered, but you can't go back to Slash All. It only stays on Flash. Now, I would have just preferred to have Slash All at this point. Flash is really useful because it does just kill anything that allows it to have instant death magic. But like I said earlier, if you don't have instant death magic, if a boss doesn't die to instant death magic, you're just not going to be able to do anything to them. Pew! 5,000, okay. So, basically 4 more or 5 more of those magic pots. And we'll have mastered Knights of the Rounds. Does Morph still attack normally? Imagine Morph still attacks normally. You're not wondering why my health is so high? Who's just tuning into the streamer like, hey, why is your health so high when you're only level like, 90? I'll show you. So obviously we got HP plus, and that increases your max health with each amount of time you level it up. So we've mastered it on everyone. So that's just gonna give us a 50% health boost on top of the already leveled health you get straight away right off the bat with. Looking at your YouTube, congrats on your mech video success. Do you make lots of videos like that explaining certain games? Yes and no. My focus is on retro games and co-op games, mainly. But when Next Fest is around, I do try out demos of games. And I give them a go, especially like smaller developers who don't normally get a chance to have their games be shown off. And I'll play them and show them off and see what I think. So yes, in a sense, I do play games and explain them. But that's not my main focus on my channel now. Well, thank you for congratulating me. So here's the games that you don't expect. I didn't expect Mech Builder to do well. That was just a game that I thought looked cool. And I checked it out, and I just recorded it. And sometimes things hit, and sometimes things miss, you know? Okay, so the last 2 magic pots should do it, mathematically. Or not. Last 4 will do it then. I thought I got a lot more AP for that than I did. Yeah, that won't work, lads. I got a ribbon. Relax yourself. I'm just gonna run. So did you find my channel through that video, or did you find my Twitch and look at my YouTube? I wonder which order did you find my channel in? Okay, 3 more pots will do it. Or actually 4 more would do it, to be safe. Because you gotta round off the smaller numbers as well, on top of that. Found your Twitch and looked at your YouTube. I'm a video editor for bigger channels on YouTube. The video editing's changing substantially with LLMs taking my job. I'm looking into streaming and video making here, TikTok, YouTube. Right now I wanted to watch some small retro streams for Final Fantasy 7. That's fair enough. I also edit all my own videos, and I understand what you mean. You're part-time? Yeah. I do the same thing where I'm a video editor and a graphic designer. But yeah, obviously the way things are going, it's harder for us to get jobs. It's harder for us to find clients because everyone's using, you know, other means, to say the least. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Kind of disheartening when you apply for jobs and you send your portfolio and stuff like that, and they just go, yeah, no, we got AI to do this shit. And it's like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Sure, yeah, just use the AI instead, yeah. Or they just won't even respond. Bit depressing, isn't it, really? Not to put a downer on things, but yeah, that's what it's like for us designers now, and editors. Yeah, the robots are right behind them. Yeah. You should put me onto like 2000s, I think. Yeah, you do, okay. Right here is the sweet spot. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Right here is the sweet spot. Hey, Master Tombury. He's gonna stab, isn't he? Oh no, he's not gonna stab. I'm only doing this to get a quick ribbon. Otherwise I'd normally run away. There you go. Quick ribbon. Someone told me about that strat. And it's a lot more useful than what I was doing. The strat I was using before is a lot more dependent. Dependent on RNG with poison. I started using DaVinci. I couldn't get my head around it. It's a bit complicated for my small brain. I don't have a lot of time to experiment with it either. I've been using Vegas for years, but if I'm being honest, I don't like Vegas. I know as a video editor as well, you're gonna be like, yeah, Vegas, yuck. Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, yuck. I don't like Vegas either, but I've been using it for so long. I can't be asked to learn a new editing software. I started learning DaVinci Resolve, and I know that DaVinci Resolve is much, much better as an editing software. But I just haven't got around to learning it. Okay, last two, I reckon. Yeah, last two. Then we'll max our knights round. Vegas is okay. I think some people overhype products. I've been using sorry, my eyesight is bad. Lossless cut a lot more for the Let's Play channels I did for. I have to look into that. Yeah, things I like Vegas. If I could give a reason why I like Vegas and stick with Vegas, is because obviously the keybinds are very similar to like Adobe products, so that my brain is kind of used to the way that it functions. So if I was to go into Photoshop and do something, a lot of the bindings are kind of similar in a sense to them. Awesome audio editing and super easy, simple. Is it like a mega expensive monthly subscription thing, or is it like one-time payment? That's another thing why I don't actually use Premiere Pro as well, is that I can't afford to, as a struggling artist, I cannot afford to pay like 60, 70 pounds a month for Premiere products. Free? Oh, that's even better. Even better. I like that word. We like that word around here. Yeah, I mean, DaVinci Resolve is free with a caveat though. Because you can use DaVinci Resolve for the most part for free, but it does have like a upgrade version where you can get better features or something like that. That's like free of a caveat. Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you for recommending that to me. That's really useful. I'll check out Lossless Cup. Oh, my back is starting to hurt. I'm kind of hunched over so that I can see my screen and I'm in line with the microphone. If I'm up like this, I'll probably sound a lot better, but I can't see my screen too well because my microphone is literally right in front of my eyes. So I gotta like kind of hunch a little bit so that I'm in range of the screen so I can see the screen, but I'm in a good amount of distance between talking into the microphone so you can hear me well. So I'm just shrimping over here in my desk chair. You're welcome. I might also stream and make videos. My niche is video game lore and exploration of story creation. So if that interests you, consider following me. Yeah, I'll give you a little look in, buddy. I'll give you a little look in. Yeah, my friend, my buddy Carell, he is very much in the same vein where he's very interested in like lore of things, and he's very good at, you know, researching. Sound good to you? Okay, good. And I've been trying to get him to do a similar thing because he can sit and talk about like lore for hours, and it's very interesting. I'll sit and listen to him for hours talking about it, but he thinks it'll be boring to watch. But I'm trying to get him to do it. I think he'd be very good at it. For example, he's very big into Game of Thrones, and I've watched. It's taking forever to launch all my content. That's exactly the same as my friend Carell as well. He's got all this content he could be using, but he's just not gotten around to doing any of it. He's not gone to editing it. He's not gone to even like looking at the footage. He just records a bunch of stuff, and he just doesn't do anything with it. Been trying to convince him for years to get on with it, because I think it'd be fantastic, but... yeah. And I think he thinks it's boring more in the sense that he doesn't think anyone would watch it. He thinks that he'll be talking too much and no one would watch him, sort of thing. Which I disagree, because I'd sit and listen to him for hours. The other night he was playing some Mountain Blade Warbands, and I was in the voice chat and I was just watching him stream it to me on Discord. And he was just telling me about the lore of what he had going on. And I just think it's so interesting. And I'd definitely just watch videos of him doing that. But he just he hasn't gotten around to doing it. It's a great shame. Oh my lords. I might need to stand up and stretch my back in a minute. Would that be it? Oh, no, okay. I saw the red pop up and I thought, okay, Knights Round is done, but no, that's with Leviathan. We mastered Leviathan. I've not even used that since I got it at the beginning of the game. Actually, I'm going to stretch my back real quick, because my back is hurting a little bit. Oh. There we go. Alright. That's good. I hope to see them at some point. The lore community is one of the friendlier ones on YouTube in terms of discourse. Yeah, and I just love, because he's very big into Game of Thrones, and he's very big into Warhammer 40k, and I'm very big into Warhammer 40k as well. But he reads into some of the lore a little bit more than me, and he has a better way of remembering it as well. Like, I'll read into lore, but I can't remember these things. My brain just won't retain information of things that I want to sometimes. Which is why I think, oh wow, okay, Clouds. Fucking hell. You only took a little bit of MP, mate. That was a bit excessive. The reason why I think he would be so good at it as well is that whenever I look into lore, and I read up about things, like, I am the type of guy who sit on wiki pages and fandom pages and read about characters and stories and stuff like that to get a better understanding. But then within a month, I'll just forget it, because my brain doesn't retain that information. But my buddy, he's very good at remembering that information. I wish my brain was better at retaining information like that. My other buddy, Alex, Blackwater Park on Twitch, if you want to give him a little follow, he is also like a lore master. You could ask that guy about literally any video game, and he will have good amount of information. And it's very interesting just listening to people like that talk. You know, sometimes you just ask them a question about something, and they'll just give you an extensive like breakdown on it, and I like that sort of stuff. Yeah, Warhammer 40k lore has decades of literature. Most usually love to discuss the Horus Heresy, which were key political events that led to the creation of the Empire and the Emperor, who would later become the Necro King we now know in Warhammer 40k. Yeah, what's that, YouTube? So, are you talking about my buddy Kuro or my buddy Alex? Which one are you talking about? Oh, there we go. Knights Round is born. Lovely. Okay. Knights Round is born and mastered. We can now skedaddle to Ruby Weapon. The one that you said that makes content. It would be spelled like this. He's currently doing a Elden Ring playthrough on Twitch, but he uploads all his VODs onto YouTube. And you can even see it there. Whatever game he's talking about, he is very, very knowledgeable about it. And you can tell that he's done his research, you know. Love it. I love his content. I think he's so good. And again, he's a smaller creator. He doesn't have much followers or anything like that. He has like 200s. So yeah, another small creator. And if I can get someone else to watch him, I've done my part. I think he's great. He's a good friend as well. We've played some Battlefront together and stuff like that. So, good guy. Good lads. Friend of the channel. Let's go this way. This way. This way. This way. On our channel, but it's empty. Only has 3 public playlists. Really? Huh. Let me get the link for you then. That might be better. I'll do that instead. Not sure what that is. Pause that. Don't want that playing in my ear. About YouTube archive. Yeah, it is. Look at it now. It's got his Oblivion remastered stuff on there. That's his YouTube. I don't know why it's not showing off here. That's weird. I'm looking at it right now. There's channels here, videos here. And there's his Twitch. I'm not sure why it's not showing off here. That's so bizarre. That's really weird. The anime thing he mentions. Did I mention anime? His profile picture is Locke from Final Fantasy VI. If that's what you're talking about, his profile picture. Oh. Yeah, he likely had to do the numbered one because his name was pinched, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, I'm getting a clean run all the way back up. I don't want to jinx myself, but... Wow, we got a clean run all the way up. Look at that. Yeah. So the only reason why I say that is because his Twitch doesn't have the numbers. So I just assumed that people would follow his Twitch first and then find his YouTube archive. And that's my bad. That does make sense. He's mostly active on YouTube, on Twitch, and then he just exports his VODs. So he doesn't edit them or anything like that. Yeah, my bad. I will keep that in mind in future if I recommend him. It's like 3352 or something. I don't even remember the number on top of my head, to be honest with you. I'd have to try to remember that. Or does have like a dedicated exclamation mark to ping him? Exclamation mark Blackwater, and then have it just give you any information about him. Actually got really lucky running back. Barely any random encounters. Which I wonder if you will die from Flash. Will you die from Flash, or are you immune to instant death magic? That's the new profile picture of Locke? No, it's the same one from the SNES. As far as I remember, that's the same one, but obviously when you're looking at it from a CRT, it will look like it's got less less detail on it. But I'm pretty sure it's the same one from the SNES. I believe he said the reason why he has it is because it was the first JRPG he played. That's why he chose Locke as his profile picture. Did this work? Yep, I thought so. Oh no. So yeah, because they weren't technically in the party, these guys didn't level up at all. They weren't even in the wasn't even in the PHS, so they didn't get any XP. That's interesting. However, I would only need lock for this. Oh, I have to? How do people get Cloud on his own then? I've seen people have Cloud on his own. Huh. Weird. Oh no, don't worry about it. It's cool. I know what you mean. No, you don't need to post a link. My Twitch will just auto ban it anyway, because automod just bans links, so don't bother. It won't even work. Yeah, I don't know why Twitch does it. But the auto mod thing does it. I don't even know how to access auto mod, so I don't know too much about it. Okay, so now we need to rework our build again. First, we equip ultimate weapon. We have final attack, Knights of the Round. Final attack, and then we bind this with revive. Let's take a mastered one. We'll need stat blank. Final attack, revive, Knights of the Round. I think they have to be the other way around. They have these two the other way around. Yeah, no worries. Then we'll need HP and MP replaced. Which is hit. HP and MP. Alright. I think I want to get rid of that one. I think that should be the build. That should be the build. These ones don't matter either. Let's get rid of these. This is literally all you need. It's a double check though, if it's the right build. Ba, 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 ba. Because it was revive, final attack, HP plus, Knights of the Round. I think actually you need another. Might need another final attack here actually. Might need another Knights of the Round and final attack. Like that. I think this is the exact build. Now, do I know if this one's going to exactly work? We'll see. We can only but try. I've tried every other build at this point, so if this doesn't work, then we'll just go back to the drawing board. There was another build that Cheeky recommended, so we can give that a go. sorry, boys. You guys kind of need to die. Sorry. Really sorry, guys. Not my fault. You will just probably end up being sucked away into a well sand by Omega weapon anyway. Or Ruby weapon. Okay. Right. And then we get an elixir. Alright, now let's pop another save. Okay. So once over on what we got going on here. We got final attack, revive, knights of the round, final attack, knights of the round, and final attack. Because once this is mastered, you only get 5 uses out of them. You get a couple, you get 1 more out of this, and then 1 more out of this. So you can get like 6 uses out of this. I could master this again, but it's gonna take a long old time, and I don't have time for that. So I want to experiment with this one right now. And if this one doesn't work today, I'll probably just master these 2 in my free time. I won't do it on stream. Then we got HP plus and MP plus, a HP and MP, because that basically just swaps the health. So as you can see, now we got 9,999 MP and 999 HP. So, in theory, this should work. A lot of people would be like, hey, this is kind of cheesy, so, you know, don't bother fighting knights around like this, but honestly, it's kind of just one of them things where he has so much health and so much bullshit attacks that at this point, I'm not opposed to using cheese tactics. Obviously, even with this build I got right now, there's an entirely high chance that this will just not work. And I'll still die. But we can still give it a go and see how it goes. This guy has 800,000 health, 450 defense, which I've said many times at this point, but that is higher than the player can possibly reach in this game. Yeah, I agree. Just because it's an exploit doesn't make it any less enjoyable. I had a couple runs where I went on for a really long time, like playing it legit, like using just items in my arsenal. And just fighting him naturally. But he just brings out so many attacks back to back that just kill you straight away. Where it just kind of gets to a point where it's like, okay, this isn't as fun anymore. You know, I don't mind bashing my head against a brick wall and just going over and over and over and over, right? I've done that many a times with these bosses in Final Fantasy, where I'll just spend ages doing it until I get it. But it gets to a point where it's just kind of like, I got other things to do in this game. I can't afford to spend X amount of streams just on this one guy, because he's just kind of bullshit personified, you know? But we're going to be seeing this cutscene a lot. Can't wait to see what Final Fantasy VII Remake's Knights Around will look like. Hope the animation takes 15 minutes. It probably will. I don't even know if they'll have it in the game, honestly. I'd be interested to see if they even add Ruby Weapon. Considering Ruby Weapon and Emerald Weapon are optional super bosses, I don't know if they will end up adding them, but... Oh, it's coming back? Oh, fair enough. I mean, Golden Chocobo they'd have to bring back. I wonder if they'll make it so it's the same thing where you just get Golden Chocobo and just go into the Materia Cave and just pick up Knights of the Rounds. Or if they're going to make it like a whole 30-minute expedition to pad it out. That will be fun. Oh yeah, I wonder if they're gonna fight the bosses in the big Wu-Tai pagoda. They get progressively harder, and then you get all creation. They'd have to have that in, right? That's like a need for Yuffie's character. I don't even think that's a question at this point. I feel like they just have to add that. Now, if this one doesn't work, then I know the thing I would have to do is master the second lot of Knights Around and Final Attack. Okay, he's casting Comet. But he's not got his tendrils out, so this isn't going to do any damage. So what's going to happen here, I wonder? Yeah, he's going to cast Ultimate End, but... his tendrils aren't out, so this isn't going to do any damage. Oh, it does still do damage. Oh, okay. Weird. Because usually you can't damage him until his tendrils are out, right? It's weird that it's doing damage now. Can't wait to have the ability to have the airship and just travel around different parts of the previous games. Just fun. Towards endgame and over enjoyment. Now I wonder if they're actually going to give you an airship, or if they're going to do what they did in Final Fantasy X, where you just select a part of the map and they just fly there. I think it would be really cool to see how a modern airship would work in Final Fantasy. Being able to fly around a map like you used to. But I wonder if they're going to do the same thing that they did in Final Fantasy X and just have it so you teleport there rather than flying. Maybe they will have it so you can just fly around like normal. I'd be very happy to see that. But I was kind of let down by the fact in Final Fantasy 16 there was no airship. I don't know if I should have paired a Knights of the Round with Mime, actually. Or maybe I would have paired a final attack with a Mime. So that I would do a final attack, and then it will pair it with Knights of the Round, so I can cast it infinitely. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 was not focused on open worlds, it was focused on becoming a fancy Bayonetta, with an emphasis on movie cinema quality quest missions. I definitely got that vibe. I mean, that game was gorgeous with its cinematics. But it is a shame. For me, when I think about like the original 10 Final Fantasy games, for me, the standout is the exploration and finding secrets hidden amongst bookshelves and stuff like that, and you know, hidden items, exploration, airships, flying around the map. Those are all the things that make Final Fantasy great to me. That's like things that are just missed from the later Final Fantasy games. And the quest line, you got bored? Yeah, I heard that from other people as well. They said that the whole hack and slash part of it, it made it more... Oh wow, I think only did 800 damage, that's strange. You're just bonking me to death. Bro, just hit me with a comet or something. Okay, I ran out. I ran out. We ran out. Yeah, I did expect that. So I wonder, actually. If I were to pair a final attack with a Mime... Let's try that. We'll give it like a couple more attempts. By couple, I mean one more. And then I think I will conclude that I would need to master Knights of the Round and Final Attack in my free time. Which isn't a problem, we can do that. I'm not doing anything today, so I can do that in my free time. This is a varying title was way too long. Alright, here we go, round 2 of this build. In actuality, it's just like round 38 or something. I don't know. Too many attempts to even think, really. Yeah, a lot of my friends, like one of my friends who has never played a Final Fantasy game, he played Final Fantasy 16 because it was hack and slash and he wanted a hack and slash game, and he said that he got bored because the quests weren't that interesting. I think pairing it with mine might be the build. Because now, when I cast Final Attack, it will cast Mime as well, and it will mine Knights of the Round, and then it will get 1 free use at Knights of the Round on top of the 5 that you do get. So my thinking, if I got this correct, I should get 10 uses out of Knights of the Round instead of 5, in theory. Because my line of thinking is that every time I die, it will cast life, bring me back to life, and it will final attack Knights of the Round, and it will do Knights of the Round, and on top of that, it will final attack mine. Now I think because this is only a level 1 Knights of the Round final attack, I will only use it once. But we'll see. That might be another thing where I'd look into it and master final attack, and then just have mime, and I could just use mime 5 times as well. Does damaging his tendrils also damage him, or is it only damaging the tendrils? How does that work in that sense? Because if I'm damaging these tendrils, is that a separate part of him? Technically, is that a separate part of the fight? Or does that count as a ruby weapon as well? I think it does count as him. He puts them away. What health am I on? Why am I not dying? What health am I on? Oh damn, how much health am I on? Why am I not dying? This is weird. Should I not be dying? There we go. That was weird. He was jabbing at me, but I feel like I should have died ages ago. I think the consensus is that we'll probably have to master Final Attack and Knights Around again. I think we might have to. I don't think you can just master the 2 and be done with it. I think you have to have 3 of them. You have 2 Knights Around and 3 Final Attacks, in theory. I think, from my understanding. Because I feel like you don't get enough uses out of it to kill him. Maybe every now and then I should chuck in a mine. Should I try chucking in a mine every now and then? Yeah, we'll chuck in a couple mimes in there, I reckon. I don't think it will mess up the flow too much. The build is meant to be that you can just walk away, but I'll chuck in a couple mimes in there. Maybe I'm going crazy, but it does feel like after a while the Knights and Around cutscenes feel a little bit quicker. Or maybe I'm just literally losing my mind and I just watch these cutscenes so many times, it just feels like time is fleeting. Alright. I'm not sure how many of those actual... Okay, he's gonna cast Ultima, because he always responds to Knights around with Ultima. Well, not always, but there is a chance he'll respond to Knights around with Ultima. Is that game over? Okay, no, we still have another life. Lovely. Which means we're gonna cast another Knights of the Rounds. Then we can do a mime. We will mime this. I think we'll get a couple more mimes out of it as well. I guess my build is the same as the one I saw in the guides, but mine's a little bit more interactive. The one that it was meant to work as is that you can walk away and make a sandwich and come back and be dead. I didn't really care for that. I wanted to have a little bit of interactivity, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing nothing. So I guess my one, having the mime aspect of it, does let me get a couple more uses out of Knights of the Round as well. Alright. And now, you should pop a mine on ultimate ends. Okay, no, that's fine. Oh, that's it. Okay. Alright, well. Should I do one more attempt at him? That's mastered. Life 2. HP plus. Should I put speed plus on? Here's the thing, I got the exact builds this guy has. And he's saying that you should just be able to do it with just this. So, huh. Where did my mime go? There it is. What we'll do is that we'll swap these two around. I mean, to be fair, HP MP isn't mastered, but I don't think that really needs to, because it's doing the exact same thing anyway. Alright. We'll give it one last turn, and then we'll wrap up for today, and I'll probably do some grinding off stream. I mean, that's reasonable. 3 attempts is reasonable. Hey, bud. So we can get ready with mine. But this way, we should guarantee get at least 10 uses of ultimate ends. Really. There's 5 by default, and then 5 mines. That'll kill me. Life 2. Past that. Blammo. Cast Knights around. We'll also mime that on top of that, so that we'll do 2 in 1. I don't really say the worst part about not only fighting Ruby Weapon, but doing this build is the fact that both of them take a long old time. So Knights of the Realm takes about 1 minute and 30 seconds, or 1 minute and 25 seconds per use. On top of that, as you established many times, Ruby Weapon has 800,000 health. So each run that we do, we're casting Knights to the Round, doing damage, miming it, watching it again, and we're doing this until he's done all 800,000 of his health. So the worst part about redoing a Ruby Weapon fight once you've died is the fact that you've reset that 800,000 health and you're gonna have to watch these Knights of the Round cutscenes over and over and over. And I feel like that's the worst part about this build. But it's probably the most effective one, really. Okay, he's going to cast Ultima, he's going to kill us. We're going to get a Knight to the Round, and then we're going to cast it again. Because all that the build is, we've already figured it out. We're just casting Life, casting Knights to the Realm, and we're casting Mine. That's the builds. I can mine that. You know, before I played Final Fantasy VII and I didn't know what the story was around Knights of the Round, I really thought Knights of the Round was going to be like an obscenely hard boss fight you have to do to unlock them. But it's still really fun to me that you just find them in a cave and you pick it up. I mean, granted, it goes without saying, getting Golden Chocobo is nothing to scoff at. It does still take a lot of time. But you do still just go to a cave and get Knights of the Round. I really thought you'd have to do this big fight and beat Knights around, and they'd be like, yeah, we respect you, and then you get them as a summon. No, that's not how it works. You just find them in a dingy cave. Lovely. Great, good job. We chopped off maybe 50,000 of his health so far, if I could surmise. If we're doing nearly 9,999 damage per hit, Nearly. We're round it off to about 8,200 at the highest. And we've hit him a total of 7 times, because there's 7 nights. Times that by how many times we used it, which would be twice, so 7 times 2. Too much math for me right now. Yeah, I'd say I'd round it off to about 50,000 health so far, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I guess I could do the math whilst we're watching this. So we got 1,200 times 7 equals 57,400. And times that by 2, that says 114,000. I'm not really sure if that's accurate or not. In theory, we would have done about 114,000 damage by now. Timesing it by 2. The math might be a little bit off, because as you can see, sometimes we are just doing 7,900, sometimes we're doing 8,300. So maybe it's not necessarily 114,000, because it could be a little bit off. We'll say maybe 110. Round off to 110. That's how much damage we're doing per hit with this. Which in theory would only take 8 of these to wind down his health. But we're doing 100,000 per hit. That's if my math is correct. I mean, my math could easily be wrong. I failed maths, I'm bad at maths. Maths experts come in and correct me and tell me I'm stupid. Go for it. But I feel like that math checks out. That math sounds right to me. Who's gonna Ruby Ray? That's Ruby Ray, not Way. Fucking hell. I could do 9,999 damage. We're gonna cast Life. I didn't want to cast Mine before, because I didn't know if it was going to mine the life part of it, or if it was going to mine the Knights of the Round part of it. Because if he casts life, and he randomly hits Barret or Yuffie, it might mess up the run a little bit. You don't really want them alive. Not really, anyway. You don't need them alive. I mean, maybe Yuffie could be alive. I mean, someone recommended using Landscaper. Does a lot of damage to Ruby Weapon. Because I think it bypasses his defense or something like that. Because a lot of physical attacks won't bypass his attacks, which is why they always do so little damage. Same with Catastrophe. I think it doesn't bypass his physical defense. It being 450. I think something about Landscaper bypasses it, so it does more damage than usual. Oof. I think that might be my last life. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. It wasn't my last life. So got one more in me. I think. I think this might be the 5th one. Literally only have one more left in me. No, I think we've gotten pretty lucky. He's not cast Shadow Flare, which, I mean, it wouldn't matter too much, but he's not really done those bullshit attacks he normally does. So every time we fought him legit, well, quote-unquote legit, I still think this is a legit way to do it. It's just exploiting the AI, basically, and the materia. But when we're doing this legit, quote-unquote, if you were just having a good run, he would just resort to using Well Sand, who will use Shadow Flare, Ruby Ray, and Ultima, sometimes back to back. He's not done that at all. I think maybe it is because we're deleting his tendrils and making him come in and out of that animation that he doesn't do his normal attacks as much. We did it! Oh, let's go. Oh. We done it. Defeat Ruby Weapon. Let's fucking go. Ah. I'm free. The shackles are broken. We done it. Ah, thank the Lord. That fight is over. Oh my lords. Okay. There'll be now no more focus on Ruby Weapon. Oh my lords. I will get Yuffie out of party. We don't really need her anymore, really. Let's exchange all of her material as well, because she likely has all the ones I want for Sid anyway. So we'll give Sid /all. Still, yeah. Gravity, W summon, Bahamut 0, yeah, you can have that. Luck Plus, you can have that. Pinching all of her materia. You can have W summon, I don't see why not. And then the rest of your stuff is here, I believe. You get an Ultima. Butane is pretty useful to have. Actually, should I just give Yuffie a spot for Barret? Does Yuffie deserve the 3rd slot in my party? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll mess around with that next time. I'll figure out my party. But for now, re-weapon is done. The cheese came through. We resorted to cheese. The cheese sufficed. It has fed plenty. It has destroyed the ruby weapon. Next time we will be going to get the guide so we can give it to the old man so we can breathe underwater, and then we'll take on emerald weapon. Thank you for joining me for now. I'll play out his music and I'll see you all next time. Tomorrow should be Monster Hunter Wilds. Bye for now. I'm gonna definitely make sure I save. Alright. Take care. Bye.